Good evening and welcome to Super Bowl 62, live from the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Florida, as Los Angeles Rams and Mujib Sadat hope to go for a three-peat, taking on the winners of the AFC in the Super Bowl for the first time, the Baltimore Ravens. It will be the Rams that get things underway for us with the kickoff, and the Ravens will therefore let the ball run straight to the back of the end zone, and we'll get the first go on offense in Super Bowl 62. Starting with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry, who set the record this season for the most rushing yards in a season. But when the two sides met earlier on in the season, he was held to just 88 yards in the run. And we'll see if he does anything out of the backfield. A bit of play action to start things off. Lamar Jackson goes deep, straight from the half, looks deep, and he catches the ball 9 yards out. Deep pass straight away from Lamar Jackson. Finds some space downfield. And Antonio Williams, who's hit a lot of yards throughout the course of the season, finds himself on the receiving end of the opening drive for the Baltimore Ravens. Nobody in the backfield this time as they attempt first and goal from the 9-yard line. Lamar Jackson takes a snap, searches out to his right-hand side, ball caught, falls into the end zone, and it's a touchdown for the Ravens. Within the opening minute, the opening drive for the Baltimore Ravens, taking the lead against the Los Angeles Rams, getting things underway for us. Nice and early, a deep pass down to Antonio Williams, then a short pass straight out of the backfield. Gets us off to a strong start. And we'll see on for the point after Tyler Loop, who has doubled up as both a punter and a kicker throughout the course of the season for the Ravens. Points after is good, and it makes it Rams 0, Ravens 7 after the opening drive. 7 minutes 20 left of the first quarter, and Loop will remain on the field to give possession back to the LA Rams, and we'll get to see what they do in their first offense of Super Bowl 62. And Jalen Milroe, who's won MVP this season, will be back under centre with Corum to the left-hand side as he takes the snap, finds Corum on a bit of a screen, gets his offensive lineman just in the way, manages to get first down before being tackled inside of his own half. Only just inside of his own half. Started and got 18 yards on the opening play. Corum this time switches out to the right-hand side with Milroe still under centre. Switch of the play from the left-hand side. Jackson, Smith and Jigba on the inside of the two wide receivers. As this time he hands it off to Blake Corum, finds a gap through the middle, doesn't quite get the first down. 6 yards for Corum to start things off with his first rushing play of the evening. In the hurry up now though for the Rams. And just changing a couple of plays around with Ruiz on the left-hand side. Thornton, Smith and Jigba and Noah Fant all on the right-hand side. Despite the high passing offense that the Rams have had, the most targeted player throughout the course of this season has been the tight end Noah Fant. This time it goes to Corum on the left-hand side, gains another 12 yards, gets a first down for the Rams as they make their way into the Ravens territory in their opening drive of Super Bowl 62. Schrader joins the backfield this time. Opens up different options for the Rams, hands things off as Schrader finds a gap on the left-hand side. He gets first down, gets more yardage, gets to the 20-yard line, and Cody Schrader with his first rush of the game gets himself 15 yards on the board. And he leaves the field to allow Jaden Blue in the backfield this time, with Ruiz, Smith and Jigba and then Thornton out to the left-hand side. Milroe takes a snap, he's searching for his options, gets just a bit short from the run out to the left-hand side from Corum. Got himself plenty of space, could have got himself a clear first down had he caught the ball, but the ball just a bit too low for him. And we'll get to go again. 2nd and 10 inside of Ravens territory. Takes a snap and he's got a bit of time this time. Finds Jaden Blue up through the middle. Takedown just short of the first down marker. 3rd and 1 for the Rams. Hurry up offense again. 11 yards out to get themselves a touchdown and equal the opening drive for the Baltimore Ravens. Smith and Jigba this time in motion from right to left. Thornton just on the wide left-hand side with Ruiz on the right as it's again played out short too. Jaden Blue keeps on his feet but stumbles just before the first down marker again. TJ Tampa with his first tackle of the game. 4th and 1 for the Rams. Now, we don't tend to see very often a Mudge offence go for a field goal unless it's absolutely necessary, and it'll be the same on this occasion. 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it deep inside of the Ravens half. Gets the outside route, plays it to Smith and Jigba, goes down after catching the ball. But the important thing is he's got the first down, and it's first and goal from 3 yards out. And again in the hurry up for the Rams, just trying to catch the Ravens off guard. Milroe takes the snap. There are runs going about. Smith and Jigba has got himself some space, but Milroe goes it himself and rushes into the end zone. And the MVP, the Super Bowl MVP from 2 years ago when the Rams won Super Bowl 60, gets himself on the score sheet with a rushing touchdown to start things off for the Rams. But in a similar fashion to which he doesn't take field goals very often, he doesn't tend to take points after either. This time he's going to go for 2, and Jaden Blue's the man in the backfield with the responsibility. Milroe's there to take the snap, finds Blue through the middle. It's knocked away though just before he manages to get his hands onto the ball, and it will remain 6 points for the Rams, 7 for the Ravens after one drive apiece. And Carty will get things back underway for us, and it will go straight through the back of the end zone. And the Ravens, who had such an impressive first drive, will have to try and equal that in their second one. 4 minutes left, just over in the first quarter, as the Ravens set themselves up to try and answer the Rams' opening touchdown score. Henry slightly to the right of Lamar Jackson this time, very heavy on the tight end blocking, and he takes the ball and decides to go with it himself, and Lamar Jackson's taken down for a loss of 1 yard. And now it's the Ravens' turn to go into the hurry up. Only took 9 seconds off the clock, as this time Lamar gets the snap and he's under a lot of pressure, falls back, and Braden Fisk gets his first sack of the game. He got himself 18.5 in the regular season, in third place in the leaderboard for the NFL. And within the first quarter gets himself another sack to his tally for the postseason. Lamar Jackson just had nowhere to go. All the options to make the passes were covered up, and now there's double in the backfield with Henry to the left-hand side, Mitchell to the right. Antonio Williams is wide on the left-hand side with Rashad Bateman slightly in on the right. Jackson takes the snap. He's got a bit more time this time. Moves out of the pocket to the right-hand side, waiting for the play to develop for Antonio Williams, who catches it deep downfield. And after 2 consecutive successful passes for Lamar Jackson, he's on 105 yards within this first quarter. And every reception has gone to Antonio Williams. Derrick Henry now back in the backfield. Fakes the handoff to him, finds the pass out to the left-hand side for Zay Flowers, who gets himself over the first down and out of play, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Now inside the 23-yard marker for the LA Rams. Mitchell in the backfield, hands the ball off to him, can't find too much of a gap as it closes down through the middle for the Rams, and it'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Ravens at 21 yards. Henry returns back into the backfield. Flowers to the right-hand side, Williams and Bateman to the left. Jackson holds on to the ball, moves out of the pocket. He's under a lot of pressure, throws it away just before he's sacked in the end by Fisk. And it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Ravens. A lot of pressure breaking through this Ravens offense at the moment. As soon as Lamar Jackson takes the snap, he feels the need to move out of the pocket, and it's allowing the Rams to close down those angles and follow the options much easier. This time hands it off to Derrick Henry, who bursts through the middle and gets himself a first down. It'll be 1st and 10, and if the passing game doesn't seem to be working for you, refer back to old trusty as Derrick Henry, the offensive player in the AFC this season. 2,506 yards over the course of the regular season, 18 touchdowns to his name. He'll try and add an additional one here, but he's tackled in the backfield. It loses him 2 yards, and it's 2nd and 12 now for the Ravens at the 12-yard line. And this time, as he prepares to take the snap, tries to catch the Rams off guard. Instead, it's going to be a false start and a flag, and they'll drop back 5 yards. 2nd and 17 makes things a bit tougher for this second drive for the Ravens. One play managed to get them into the Rams' half, but other than that, it seems to be a quite stalled offensive drive. And this time, play action to Derrick Henry, keeps the ball himself as Lamar Jackson looks towards the end zone, but he's eventually taken down. It's 3rd and 21. The play just wasn't developing for him. I don't know if it was too slow to get the ball out before he took the sack. But regardless, it drops him back another 4 yards, and it'll be 3rd and 21. just before the end zone is the first down marker, where the Ravens will need to get to as Jackson takes a snap and moves out to his right-hand side, similar to how he did a little bit earlier, throws it towards the end zone, and it's intercepted. Out from the backfield he comes on the return, and it'll be from their own 4-yard line. The Rams will continue with possession. But 20 interceptions on the course of the season, and a desperate play, seemingly, for Lamar Jackson has led to the first turnover of Super Bowl 62, and a chance for the Rams to take a lead heading towards the second quarter. As it's handed off now to Jaden Blue, who's lost 3 yards. It's 2nd and 13 from the 1-yard line. In the hurry up again for the LA Rams. Blue remains in the backfield. Thornton out to the left-hand side. Ruiz and Smith-Njigba to the right. Miller will take the snap out to his right-hand side. Finds Jaden Blue. He gains those 3 yards back. It's still 3rd and 10 though. Penned back inside of their own half at the moment. It'd be interesting with him not punting much throughout the course of the season. If he does fail on 3rd down here, does Mudge decide to go for it on 4th down? Takes a snap just before the end of the first quarter, gets the pass off just before getting tackled, and over to the first down marker we go. At the end of the first quarter, it is LA Rams 6, Baltimore Ravens 7. Back in for the second quarter. Jaden Blue will remain in the backfield. This drive started at the 4-yard line inside of the Rams half. It's handed off to Jaden Blue, who's got a gap. He's got plenty of space to make the run down the left-hand side. He's deep into Ravens territory, past the 30, past the 20, past the 10, and Jaden Blue, who celebrates into the end zone, gives the Rams their first lead of Super Bowl 62 at the start of the second quarter. A drive that started at their own 4-yard line, looked almost like there was going to be a punt involved, but just getting the first down before the end of the first quarter has led to a touchdown, and they'll go for 2 just to try and level things off at an even score of 14. And taking the snap, Milroe throws it to his left-hand side, targets Smith-Njigba, but it's knocked away again. And a second failed 2-point attempt means that it will be Carty to get things underway for us, and the Ravens will try again to reach the end zone. A very difficult drive was the second drive. After such a successful first one, it left that sort of impression that it was going to be that sort of high-scoring game between these two sides. But the interception has changed the momentum. Mitchell now in the backfield with Lamar Jackson. Antonio Williams out to the left-hand side. He's doubled up. Lamar Jackson goes deep again. Looks a bit desperate, and again it's an interception, this time by Eamon Worry, who's then tackled inside of his own half. And Lamar Jackson, who was immediately trying to get some points back on the board for the Ravens. There was double coverage downfield for Zay Flowers, and Eamon Worry's the one that came up with the ball. It looked like as the pressure just got through to Lamar Jackson, he needed to get the ball out just in time. Corum and Hunter, the two in the backfield this time, as Milroe throws the ball off to his left-hand side. And tackled down is Hunter, loses 3 yards, 2nd and 13 inside of their own half. It was an impressive win to get themselves here, beating Green Bay 49-16 in the NFC Championship game, as Corum now returns back for the first time in the second quarter into the backfield for the Rams, and he'll get the ball on the right-hand side from a pass from Milroe, gets into first down territory and continues his run down the right-hand side. He's opened up a bit more space up towards the halfway line before being taken down, but gets himself into Ravens territory before he's tackled. And the screen to the right-hand side just worked off well and opened up a lot of space for Corum, as he remains in the backfield, but a 4 wide receiver set at the moment, with Thornton wide on the left-hand side. Mechie now joining the game for the first time in this Super Bowl. Hands the ball off to Blake Corum, finds a gap through the middle. If he can continue down the right-hand side and turn on the burners, he does, and he's got to the 23-yard marker before being tackled. And the last 2 plays, Blake Corum has took the Rams comfortably into the Ravens territory, and he's still in the backfield now. Ruiz, Mechie, Smith-Njigba, your 3 wide receivers. Thornton out on the left-hand side as well. with a couple of players in motion just to change the play whilst the Rams remain in hurry up. They're running out of time at the moment. The clock at the 4. Milrow takes the snap. Pressure comes immediately to him. Gets the ball off to Smith and Jigba, who might be able to get himself into the end zone. Finds the gap on the left-hand side. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, who's been wanting a lot of money to re-sign with the LA Rams, heading in towards this three-peat, gets himself on the score sheet for this Super Bowl, and gives a very good argument as to why he is demanding such a high amount of money from the LA Rams. They'll go for 2 again. Jaden Blue joins the backfield for it this time, as Milrow throws this off to Smith and Jigba, who catches the ball outside of the end zone but falls back into it. And for the first time this evening, their 2-point conversion is successful. And Carty will again kick the ball through the back of the end zone for us, for the Ravens to have another chance to bring this back to a one-score game. 27 the score at the moment, 6 minutes left in this quarter. Derrick Henry into the backfield. Zay Flowers out to the left-hand side just of Lamar Jackson, waiting to take the snap. Has Henry still for support, falls further out of the pocket now, looks deep for any options but throws the ball away. Couldn't get the ball downfield, and it looked like Antonio Williams, who just seemed to run on a streak downfield, had his option covered, and I think that's where Lamar Jackson was looking to pass the ball off to. This time only 2 wide receivers to the left-hand side of Jackson as he hands the ball off to Derrick Henry, gets back to the line of scrimmage before being tackled. 3rd and 10 on their own 35. Ricard now joins the backfield, as does Keaton Mitchell. Hands off to Derrick Henry. Gap opens up for him this time as he bullies his way through the middle and gets the first down for the Ravens. Still just inside of their own half at the moment on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Takes the snap. Lamar Jackson under a lot of pressure, moves further out to his right-hand side. The Rams there in numbers, finds the pass off field, but it's caught out of bounds by Zay Flowers, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Ravens. Still from the 47, but as soon as Jackson took the snap, it looked like the offensive line just crumbled, and again Jared Verse and Braden Fisk just found their way through all too easily. This time it's held up a little bit better, opened up a bit more time for him. He gets the ball off to Derrick Henry, who catches the ball and rolls over the line for the first down. 1st and 10, 42-yard line inside of Rams territory. 4.5 minutes left of the second quarter. Hands the ball off to Derrick Henry. Sorry, play action. Looked like he was handing the ball off to Derrick Henry. He's got it himself, though. Lamar Jackson will get the first down and then slides down for first down inside of the Rams' 25-yard. Looked to me, and he had me sold on the play action when he was handing the ball off to Derrick Henry before making the run himself. The gap just opened up as the players had sporadically moved. This time hands it off to Derrick Henry, out to the right-hand side, gains 7 yards. 2nd and 4 now for the Ravens. And only the one wide receiver this time hands the ball off to Derrick Henry. It was read well by the Rams defense, and Derrick Henry brought down, having gained just a yard. 3rd and 2 now. In the hurry up they go to the Ravens. Still remains the same formation on the field. Goes with it back to Henry again. There's a gap this time. Can he get himself into the end zone? He's brought down at the 2-yard line. And again back into the hurry up, so a timeout is called. It's the first of the timeouts in the game so far. And it'll allow the Rams and Ravens to alter things on the field. Henry just off to the right-hand side of Lamar Jackson. Heavy tight end setup. 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Ravens. Hands the ball off. Keeps it himself. Chooses to go himself down the line. And brought back down at the line of scrimmage. And it'll be 2nd and goal for the Ravens. As Lamar Jackson starts to get himself some yards on the ground, just to take some of the pressure off of Derrick Henry, who is heading towards breaking the all-time rushing yard record. This time Lamar Jackson takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Derrick Henry out to the left-hand side for Bateman, who catches it under pressure, but then he's brought down. Third and goal from the 2-yard line it remains. Keaton Mitchell this time joins the backfield. Jackson takes the snap out, it goes towards Mitchell, but as he's hit, it's redirected the pass, and it will remain at the 2-yard line. 4th and goal now for the Ravens. Are they going to go for it, or will they take the points? Regardless, looks like they are going to go for it. They'll need to get themselves back into a score game, heading towards the 2-minute warning at the end of this second quarter. Hands the ball off to Derrick Henry, and he's just all crumbled inside that offensive line again. And it'll be a turnover on downs, and it's ball handed back over to the LA Rams. Well, when the sides met earlier on in the season, it was just 88 rushing yards across both Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry combined, and the Rams won 49-34 at the end of that game, as now it's handed off for Jaden Blue, who finds a gap through the middle, beats one man. He's got plenty of space ahead of him, through the 30, past the 20, past the 10, and in almost a carbon copy of his touchdown from earlier on. Jaden Blue doubles his tally for the evening and extends the impressive lead by the LA Rams heading in towards the end of the half. And they'll go for 2 just to make it a 21-point game. Blue remains in the backfield after that touchdown as Milroe takes the snap, rolls out to his right-hand side and gets over the line for the 2-point conversion. And it makes the score LA Rams 28, Baltimore Ravens 7. Very different game to what we saw earlier in the season between the two sides, as again the kick goes through the backfield. And they'll start from their own 35-yard line. Now do the Ravens. They need to get something going on offense, and they need to get it going very soon. Started to try and bring Derrick Henry more into the game. They've done so again now, and he's lost another 2 yards on the play. Jihad Campbell breaking through the offensive line and bringing down Derrick Henry before he could gain any momentum. 2nd and 12, and the clock will run all the way through to the 2-minute warning for us. It is Rams 28, Ravens 7. 2nd and 12 from their own 33. Zay Flowers goes in motion, fakes the handoff, keeps the ball instead of passing it to Derrick Henry, finds the player downfield and makes the pass, and now it's over into Rams territory. Fake the first handoff to Zay Flowers making the run. The second one was faked off to Derrick Henry. Opened up some space downfield for the Ravens. And Lamar Jackson this time fakes the handoff to Henry and goes it alone, but it's read well again by the Rams defense, and Thieneman this time bringing Lamar Jackson down, but he did manage to gain 3 yards before being tackled. Just over a minute left at the end of the half. Derrick Henry again in the backfield as Jackson takes the snap. Henry makes the run down the right-hand side. He goes deep towards Antonio Williams, but it's broke up by Emin Warrior again. Knocked out of the backfield. 3rd and 7 inside of the Rams half. You'd think at this point the Ravens will feel that they might just have to go for it on 4th down. Jackson takes the snap, and just before he gets the ball off, plays it out to the left-hand side for Williams. Gets over the line for the 1st down and out of play to stop the clock and preserves a timeout for the Ravens. Empty backfield this time for Lamar Jackson. Takes the snap and chooses to go up through the middle himself. Loses a yard. It'll go down as a sack for Hamilton. And it will be 2nd and 11. No time wasted. Back up to the feet. Hands it off to Derrick Henry. Gains 3 yards on the play. 42 yards for him throughout the evening. 3rd and 8 now as the first timeout is used. Still inside of the Rams half. 30 seconds left on the clock. Could well be The last chance on offence at the end of this quarter as Lamar Jackson takes the snap. He's dropped quite deep back in towards his own half. Turns back to his left-hand side, looks for an option and just throws the ball away. It wastes 9 seconds, but it again preserves a timeout, but it's going to be pretty useless at this point. 4th and 8 in the 28-yard in the Rams' half, and they're going to go for it. And Derrick Henry just to the left of the offensive line. Flowers, Bateman and Williams, the 3 wide receivers to the left. Jackson takes the snap, has plenty of space, but the pressure eventually gets to him and he's hit on the pass and he's caught. It's intercepted just outside of the goal line. Takes it back out to the right-hand side before making it out of bounds. And 3 first-half interceptions for the Baltimore Ravens has been very costly, as the Rams will have a chance to extend their lead heading in towards the break, but it will need a big play. They're at their own 26. It's Thornton that caught the interception. Empty backfield now for Milroe. Already gained 6,000, just over 6,000 passing yards throughout the course of the regular season. We know he's capable of finding a deep option. This time plays it out short to Thornton. Gains good yardage before going out of bounds. Gets a first down. 8 seconds left on the clock. Still not in field goal range for the Rams, as there seems to be a bit of a tussle going on the side for the Ravens. Lamar Jackson doesn't look too happy with the situation at the moment. Milroe again taking the snap. Has plenty of time to allow the play to develop. Runs out to his right-hand side just before getting the first down. Runs out of bounds. It's into Ravens territory. 3 seconds left on the clock. It's 2nd and 1. But I expect this to be a bit more of a deep option and a hope that somebody catches the ball in the end zone. There won't be time for another play afterwards to end this half. And the Ravens have set up in a prevent formation, just with everybody back, just to stop the Rams from at least getting the ball into the end zone. As Milroe, of course, with plenty of time, goes short to Smith and Jigba, catches the ball under pressure, gets away from his marker, but then is brought down, and that will bring an end to the first half. It has been dominance from the NFC champions, from the defending Super Bowl champions. We go into the break. Rams 28, Ravens 7. Thank you. And after an almost invisible half-time break, we are back for the second half, and it will be the Rams that get things underway on offense. So a big second half required for the Baltimore Ravens, who, apart from the opening drive, have very much struggled to test this Rams defense, who have had players ranked in the top 3 stats-wise this season on both interceptions and sacks. They've got 2 players, in fact, in the top 3 on sacks throughout the course of the season, as Jaden Blue gets the first touch of the second half, and he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10 from his own 35, and he'll move back off the field and allow Blake Corum to return into the backfield. 3 wide receivers for the Rams. Milroe just issuing instructions as he takes the snap, hands this ball off to Blake Corum, who finds a gap through the middle, out to his left-hand side. Excellent blocking to find his way through, and Blake Corum all the way through gives it the perfect start for the LA Rams. Nice little tester and a chance for Jaden Blue to gain a few more reps in the Super Bowl, but then Blake Corum, with the experience that he's had in the Super Bowl over the last 3 years with the LA Rams, gets himself back on the score sheet. And they'll just go for the singular point after this time. And it gives Joshua Carty something to do other than just kick off. Less than a minute gone in this second half. And he'll now remain on the field to get things underway for us. And it goes back through the backfield. And the hill is now beginning to look more like a mountain for the Ravens, with plenty of work cut out in this second half. (35-7) the score. They'll start from their own 35-yard line. with 3 wide receivers to the right, Williams out to the left. Lamar Jackson fakes the handoff to Henry out to the left-hand side, finds Antonio Williams, who just reaches over the first down marker and will reset the downs for the Ravens just inside of their own half. 11 yards gained, 1st and 10 for the Ravens in their own 46. Henry remains in the backfield. A little chipped, floated pass, in fact, from Lamar Jackson. This time finds Derrick Henry, but it took a while to get there, and as it did in the end, he only managed to gain a yard before being brought down. 2nd and 9 for the Ravens in the hurry-up offense now at the 47-yard marker in their own half. Hands this ball off to Derrick Henry. He's brought down in the backfield, will not gain anything on the play. 3rd and 9 now for the Ravens. Henry remains in the backfield, similar sort of formation to what we had on first down, as plays the ball out to the right-hand side. Zay Flowers with a leap, gets himself closer to the first down marker, but can't reset the downs. 4th and 2 from their own 46. They're going to go for it, are the Ravens. Not yet to convert to 4th down in this game. Henry out to the right-hand side. Antonio Williams further to the left. Lamar Jackson takes a snap out. It goes towards Williams. It's broken up by Hill, and it will be 1st down for the LA Rams. And they'll have it just inside of their own half. And Corum, who's just scored the touchdown on the opening drive of this quarter, will come back into the backfield. And he'll take the handoff from Milroe. Almost finds a very similar gap before being brought down. Gains 3 yards on the play. Almost at the halfway line. Jaden Blue now into the backfield. 179 yards on the ground for him so far on the game. Pass goes through the middle. It's deflected, and Jalen Milroe's thrown an interception, and a chance here for the Ravens to get the ball into a dangerous position. Regardless, they've got themselves back onto offense. The pass just deflected on its way through. It looked like he was looking towards Jackson Smith and Jigba. And the interception gives the Ravens possession inside of the Rams half. Hands this off to Derrick Henry. Sidestep to his right. Gains 2 yards before being brought down. And after failing on 4th down, it's exactly what the Ravens need. An immediate response on defense. They need to make it count now on offense. Henry remains the option in the backfield. Play action from Lamar Jackson. Rolls out to his right-hand side. Hands this off to Zay Flowers. Gains 5 yards. 3rd and 2 at the 28-yard line. Back into the hurry-up. It's a couple of Ravens players still struggling to get back into position to maximise the time they're trying to save. Lamar Jackson takes the snap, chooses to go it alone through the middle, loses a yard, and will have a timeout as Rosengarten is down, holding on to the lower part of his back. Hopefully nothing too serious. Has been quite an integral part of the Ravens making it to the Super Bowl throughout the course of the season, but it's 4th and 3 now, and they are going to remain on the field with the offense. Ricard, Mitchell and Henry all in the backfield. Fakes the handoff from Lamar Jackson. Rolls out to the right. Opens up some space. Gets 3rd down yardage and more. Gets it to the 19-yard before going out of bounds. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Four and a half minutes left of the 3rd quarter. Super Bowl 62, the Rams looking on course for a three-peat. Mitchell out of the backfield, goes to his left-hand side. The screen didn't quite get there in time for him, and he's brought down and loses some yards. And it's 2nd and 15. As Derrick Henry will momentarily have to leave the field with an injury, and that's going to stop this offense just slightly. Just as I say that, Henry comes back onto the field. Jackson takes a snap out to the right-hand side, plays it through the middle. It's intercepted this time, and a chance for a return. Can he go all the way for 6? It looks like this field's opened up for him. A late dive attempted by the offensive lineman, but all the way through it goes. It will be a pick returned for 6 at the end. And it extends this lead for the LA Rams. Looks like a forced pass from Jackson. 4 turnovers on the evening for him. And with 4 minutes left in this 3rd quarter, the Rams are 1 touchdown away from getting the exact same score as they did against the Ravens by the end of play earlier in the season. Kick-off through the backfield, through the back of the end zone, and it will be Ravens first down from their own 35 yards. This time Jackson holds on to possession, finds Derrick Henry to the left-hand side. An unusual leap from Henry, but he's brought down after gaining 3 yards. And it's 2nd and 7. From their own 38 this time. Hands this ball off to Henry to the left-hand side. Dukes inside. Lovely move by Derrick Henry. Gets over and resets the downs from their own 46. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Baltimore Ravens. Flowers out to the right-hand side. Antonio Williams to the left. Otherwise, it's all looking set to be blocking. You've got a tight end to the left-hand side just if needed, with Derrick Henry in the backfield with Rickard. Jackson takes the snap. Goes deep towards Antonio Williams. It looks like it might be a bit too far ahead of him, and it's intercepted once again. Falls down at his own 2-yard line this time, does Hill, which puts the pressure on his offense slightly, but they've managed to get the offense back on the field, and it is turnover number 5 for Lamar Jackson, as Milroe will take the snap in his own end zone, and will need the play to develop very quickly for him, otherwise the pressure might cause a safety. Does take the snap, pressure does get through, knocks through the back of the end zone, and there is the safety. Peebles with the tackle in the end zone, and the Rams will have to give the ball back to the Ravens. But it's their first score since the opening drive of the game, and it makes it Rams 42, Ravens 9, as the kickoff doesn't quite make it through the back of the end zone this time. In fact, it goes out through the side, which means it's going to be a start from the opposition 45 for the Baltimore Ravens, 1st and 10, and perhaps with a bit more confidence now, as they've got themselves back on the scoreboard. Lamar Jackson out to the right-hand side from a play action, finds Rashad Bateman, who's brought down by Jihad Campbell, 2nd and 11, a loss of 1 yard on the play there for the Ravens. Still in the hurry-up, keeping the same formation, as Zay Flowers moves out to his left. Henry remains again in the backfield, hands the ball off to him, loses some yards this time, an extra 2 lost. It's 3rd and 13, and they're almost in danger of falling out of the opposition half. At the moment are the Ravens. It looks already like they will be outside of field goal range, even if they did still have Justin Tucker thrown through the middle, broken up. 4th and 13 this time. Bateman the target. What's the option going to be for the Ravens? It's expected that they are going to go for it. 2 minutes just over left at the end of the third quarter, with Henry to the left-hand side. Fourth and 13. A lot will rely on this play. Jackson takes a snap out to his left-hand side. Finds his tight end, but he's brought down. Can't get the first down. And it will be a change of possession again as the LA Rams get the ball back, albeit inside of their own half. But as we've already seen, that doesn't tend to faze them, with a couple of touchdowns already coming from towards their own goal line. Hands it off to Jaden Blue. Takes it into the Ravens half before being brought down. An impressive evening for him already, and he's adding further yards to it. Definitely giving himself an argument for Super Bowl MVP. Thornton out to the left-hand side alongside Smith and Jigba. Blue remains in the backfield with Ruiz out to the right. Noah Fant just on the inside of the tight end options. The pass is attempted. It's blocked on the way through. And it will be 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Blue remains in the backfield. 2nd and 10 from the Ravens 45. Deep option there with Smith and Jigba making the run, but Milroe chooses to guide himself out to the right-hand side. Manages to get through one tackle, but can't get through the second. Gain of 6 yards on the 39-yard line now. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the LA Rams. The clock continues to run down into the last minute of this quarter. Fant moved further out from the offensive line. Looks like they may be slightly outnumbered. Has to get this pass off quick and does so. And after a bit of a nudge, falls himself, stumbles over the line out of play, but can't get the first down on the way through. It's going to be 4th and inches now for the Rams. And every time they've had 4th down in the Super Bowl, they've been successful with it so far. With 4th and inches, we'll try and reset the downs. If not, add to the 42 score they've already got. Goes deep for Smith and Jigba. A misplaced jump there. Finds the ball all the way through to Jackson Smith and Jigba from 4th and inches, and all they needed was a slight move forward to move the chains. Instead, Jalen Milroe has gone all the way to the end zone, and Jackson Smith and Jigba makes it LA Rams 49, Baltimore Ravens 9 towards the end of this third quarter. Well, we're going to have the Ravens starting from their own 35. Four wide receivers out on the field. Derrick Henry goes through the middle, but he's not managed to get the block in and all the way through. And the sack is hit on Lamar Jackson, down for 2nd and 14 at his own 31. Makes a change to the play. 32 seconds on the play clock. Plenty of time. Only 13 left on the timer to end the third quarter as Jackson takes the snap out to his right-hand side. Finds Zay Flowers, who beats his man down the right-hand side. He's got grass ahead of him, but he's eventually caught up to and out of play. Leaves us 4 seconds left at the end of the third quarter, with the Ravens inside of the Rams half. The clock will run down. We'll see it out. And heading into quarter number 4 of Super Bowl 62, the Rams hold a comfortable lead. 49-9 the score. Derrick Henry to his left-hand side. Jackson fakes the handoff, goes himself, moves out to the left, gains 4 before being brought down. Inside of the 20-yard line now. Henry remains the backfield. On the left-hand side is Antonio Williams. Gets the pass off to Derrick Henry. Manages to get himself over the line for the first down. 12 yards out now. Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman will now join the offensive line, but they'll just do it for blocking as Derrick Henry bullies his way through and into the end zone. And in the first minutes of the fourth quarter, it may prove to be nothing more than just a consolation. But Derrick Henry, who had 18 touchdowns throughout the course of the season, gets his first of the Super Bowl. And Tyler Loop will be on to hit the point after, and it's just inside of the left post to make it 49-16 and Rams ball. Loop with the kick, and it rolls all the way through the back of the end zone, and it's the Rams' turn to start from their own 35. And it'll be 1st and 10 with Jaden Blue alongside Milroe. Hands the ball off to Blue, up through the middle. It's squandered at the first chance. 2nd and 7. Just hit over 200 yards though on the day as Jaden Blue from 7 rushing attempts. And he's got 2 touchdowns to his name also. 2nd and 7 from their own 38. Hands it off to Blue again. This time finds a gap on the left-hand side. Gains more yardage. 6 yards in total. 3rd and 1 from their own 44 as we go towards the 6 minutes left in the game. Blue remains in the backfield. 3rd and 1. Milroe takes the snap. Throws it out to the right-hand side. Finds some space here and he's beating his man. And it's all the way down the right-hand side for Ruiz, who gets himself through into the end zone for his first touchdown of the evening. It pushes the Rams over the score of 50. And Joshua Carty will make no mistake in getting the point after. But Daniel Ruiz, who's Offensive Rookie of the Year this year, showing everybody just what potential he has in this LA Rams offense. Even if Smith and Jigba was to walk, Daniel Ruiz proving very capable of assisting moving forward, as did Dante Thornton throughout the course of this season. Hit just under 2,000 yards himself. Mitchell in the backfield now for Jackson's support. 40 points the difference. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Jackson takes the snap. Pressure gets through to him. And he's brought down in the end. And it's Byron Young's first sack of the evening. Led the league in sacks with 19.5. Finally finds his way through for his first one. And he's left it till the fourth quarter. As now it's handed off to Keaton Mitchell, who can't beat the first man. And it's 3rd and 19 for the Baltimore Ravens from their own 26. Mitchell remains on the field as they try to hurry things up. Jackson rolls out to his right-hand side. Only has one option, but runs out of bounds before throwing the ball away. Bizarre decision, and loses more yards. That'll go down as a sack on the tally, and it'll be 4th and 28 from their own 17. So 4th and forever, and of course they are going to go for it. And it leaves a big task for them to reach the first down marker. Mitchell comes short for support. Helps as an additional blocker. Jackson makes his way back, has to throw the ball away, and it's a turnover of downs as the pressure got to him too quickly. Wasn't able to allow the play to develop, or the plays to get deep enough for his strong arm to reach downfield. With Jaden Blue in the backfield. Jalen Milroe back on the field with 4.5 minutes left to go. Hands off to Blue. A rare occurrence where he doesn't gain any yards on a rushing attempt. Remains at the 17-yard line. 2nd and 10 for the LA Rams. Just under 600 yards in total on the evening for the Rams. Very similar to what they got in the earlier fixture. Jaden Blue this time gets over the line and moves the chains. It's 1st and goal. 5-yard line. 56-16 the scoreline. 3.5 minutes just over left in the game. Blue remains just to the right-hand side as we've got one in motion. Noah Fant makes his way out to the right-hand side, hands this ball off just before he manages to make any yards with it, though. The pressure breaks through and forces back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line now for the LA Rams, as the clock runs just under the 3-minute marker. Thornton and Smith and Jigba to the left. Hands this off to Jaden Blue. The Ravens saw it coming and Madubuike gets through and brings him down. 3rd and goal. Another loss of 1 yard this time for the Rams. Not going to allow this to run all the way through to the 2-minute warning, so it's like a free time out for the Ravens if they can stop the Rams from converting this 3rd down. Play action. Doesn't hand the ball off to Jaden Blue. Throws it straight down the middle. It is intercepted and away comes Roquan Smith. Out onto the right-hand side. Finds some space to get up to the 19-yard line before Milroe makes up for his error in throwing the interception by making the tackle. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens. And they'll have 9 seconds after the play before we get the 2-minute warning and the timeout. A second interception from Jalen Milroe. And the run up through the middle by Derrick Henry is stalled by Jihad Campbell. Doesn't tend to apply pressure through the middle very often. Only 1 sack to his name through the season. Not many pressures. The majority of his have come from lurking through the middle in the linebacker position. 6 interceptions on the course of the season. Hands this off to Derrick Henry now. There's a gap opened up through the middle. Makes his way over the first line marker up to the 38-yard. 18-yard gain for Derrick Henry. 1st and 10 as we go past the 2-minute warning. And the Ravens remain in offense. Hands it back off to Derrick Henry, who finds a gap slightly to the right of the offensive line, and he's brought down with a gain of 5 yards. 2nd and 5 just inside of their own half. Ricardo Mitchell joined the backfield now. Williams out to the left-hand side. Play action towards Derrick Henry. Can't get the pass away. It's blocked and tipped behind him. Be 3rd and 5. It will stop the clock, though, for the Ravens, with it being an incomplete. Still on their own 43-yard line. 1 minute and 27 left on the clock. But realistically, the game is seemingly done. Play action again to Derrick Henry. Through the middle, finds the pass to Ricard. Making a run through the middle, makes the catch. Gets it over and moves the chains forward. 1st and 10, 37-yard line inside of the Rams' half. Still little over a minute left. Chance for the Ravens to perhaps get themselves another score, make this slightly more respectable. Out to the left-hand side from Lamar Jackson. It's intercepted by Hill. That's his 3rd interception of the evening. It's number 6 for Lamar Jackson, as he was looking out towards Antonio Williams, who had quite a successful season. 13 touchdowns to his name. Just over 1,000 yards on the receptions, but the Rams equal to it this evening. Handed off through the middle. Goes down just after reaching the line of scrimmage. And the clock will be left to run. And with no chances taken, Jalen Milroe will take a knee to see out the final of Super Bowl 62. The three-peat is complete. 2 years ago, it was Jalen Milroe that got himself Super Bowl MVP after a trade from the Seahawks took him to the LA Rams. He's remained there for the following 2 years. Last season, it was Saquon Barkley who got himself the Super Bowl MVP. There will be questions certainly raised as to who's going to walk away with that accolade this year. It may well go back to the running back position with Jaden Blue. But the more important statistic that we'll read at the end of this game is that the LA Rams have completed the three-peat with a scoreline of 56-16 against the Baltimore Ravens.